Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever heard of vinyl therapy? I just invented that term. Probably someone else might have already used it, but I've been thinking a little bit over the last few days. My wife and I do some sing-along uh, concerts, I guess, go for about an hour, about once a fortnight or sometimes twice a fortnight in a nursing home. And we have a wonderful time. We have a songbook that we sing out of, all the old time songs. Idea. So we go through in an hour, we go through all these songs, and some of the people have some dementia and some of them don't. And everyone enjoys it. And some people really come alive, even though they are not really coping all that well with their health. And it's a wonderful hour that we share. But recently, one of the guys that comes along, he's a good friend over there. He lives in the nursing home and he only has one arm and one leg. And he's had a pretty tough life and he loves his music. And I taking him back to his room one day and I noticed he had a record player and a few records that he was playing. And I said, "Oh, you into this? Where did you get this from?" Because we've talked about our music before. In fact, he told me he used to work with Johnny O'Keefe at one stage. I don't know in what capacity, but I don't know whether it's true, but it might be. Anyway, he shared that he got this record player and he was enjoying the music. And I said, "Well, I've got a few records at home. And in fact, I've got thousands in here. It's just a little handful that I just grabbed from the shelves behind me a minute ago. There's Slim Whitman, there's Bobby Vinton. Some of you might remember him, the Everly Brothers, Stevie Wonder, Manfred Mann, Nancy Sinatra, Dusty Springfield, Crash Craddock, and the songs of the protest era, then 12 Great Guys, different male singers. And then we've got Kenny Ball's Golden Hits, the jazz band, Perry Como, some great songs there. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head, Moon River, What Kind of Fool Am I, Fly Me to the Moon, all sorts of songs that, and I used to love Perry Como's music. And we've got 45s here as well. Anyway, I said to Keith his name is, I said, "I can lend you some records." So he said, "Can you bring me about 20?" And I said, "Yeah, I can do that." So I took him over 20 records. He said, "I'll give them back to you afterwards." I said, "Well, it doesn't worry me whether you do or you don't." Anyway, the other day, he said he's been playing them and really loving them, and it really helps him get through the day because some people struggle in nursing homes with their medical conditions and whatever. And one of the other carers that was walking past, he heard us talking and he said, "Yeah, we all love it. Everyone can hear it, but we love all the music." And it got me thinking. I thought, there's a place for vinyl therapy or playing all the old records to people live, maybe in a hall, in a room over there, and having a good old DJ afternoon. And I'm thinking that, excuse me, thinking that this would really be a great ministry to have. And when I say ministry, this would be a great thing to do as an activity in a nursing home. And so I might follow that up, although my wife would tell me off if I follow that up because she thinks I do too many things already. Anyway, so it's just a thought that people love all old time singing and people really come alive. But I think in some of these nursing homes, when we first started working there was a whole collection of records that they must have played in the past. But that's long since gone out of hat because technology came in, CDs came in, and cassettes came in, and now it's all streaming. And there's still a few records over there somewhere, I think. But you can pick up vinyl records fairly easily, and I'm just suggesting to anyone out there who likes to help people in nursing homes do voluntary work. Here's a way of doing it. Get hold of some records, get hold of a record player in there. He found one that they had in their store that wasn't being used. And go ahead, organise a musical afternoon. It only has to go for an hour, and play some favourites. You could take requests, and I've got enough records and music here for people to take requests, and I'm likely to be able to fill them. So anyway, it's a suggestion to all the people who care about people out there, who particularly care about the elderly, and lots of things that bring back memories, happy memories for people from the past. It's amazing how many people come up to us and say, "Oh, I really love the singing because it just reminds me of when I used to do that with my grandparents and all this sort of thing." So there you go. Some thoughts on music therapy, vinyl therapy. I've even got 78s here. You could get into the 78s. I grew up listening to 78s on a wind-up gramophone. That's where I first got into it. And some of my favourite songs, I've still got the 78s here. Do you remember Bimbo by, what was his name? Slim Whitman? No, not Slim Whitman. Who was it? I've got him here. I just read him here. Maybe it was Slim Whitman. Um, Bimbo, Bimbo, where you gonna go, yo? Bimbo, Bimbo, what you gonna do, yo? You know that one? And Teresa Brewer, I've got Teresa Brewer here. Till I waltz again with you, you will be my guiding light. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling on. So that's just some thoughts for you to think about. I'd love to hear your comments. If anyone's doing it, let me know. And over to you. I'll see you later.